Welcome to the Daily Gospel of John. We're in chapter 2, still in the first 11 verses. And it's the wedding at Cana, where Jesus did his first miracle, turning water into wine. And we've looked at how this is very symbolic. He chose this miracle to demonstrate that he was about to bring in the new covenant. And the old covenant was about to be fulfilled and come to its completion. And so it's a pretty awesome miracle, pretty awesome symbolism. I think there's a lot we can learn too about what God is saying to us as those whom he calls to become his children, but also those whom he calls and gives us the privilege of serving him in his great work of rescuing lives in this world for his eternal kingdom. And I see this in the way that he interacts with the servants that are there. And Jesus tells them to fill the jars with water. So they did what he said. They filled them to the brim. Then he told them, now draw some of it out and take it to the master of the banquet. And they did so. And the master of the banquet tasted the water that had been turned to wine. And he did not realize where it had come from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew. And then he commented how this was the best wine. And he was shocked and kind of surprised that they saved the best wine for last. Well, in any case, so the servants knew what was going on because they were close to the action, because they were serving King Jesus. And as I thought about this miracle, it says they filled the jars to the brim, and I don't know the exact timing of everything, but I have a theory, and that is sometimes I look at my own life and I know that I've talked to other people who love God and who feel like they have a desire to serve him. And often we just feel like we're just making a mess. Often we feel like it's not working too well. I'm no big deal. I mean, Jesus says things like, you're the light of the world, and I'm going to shine my light through you and use your life to bless other lives. And so like those servants, he gives us a command, and their command was fill the jars with water. They did that. And I wonder that when they dipped the water into whatever goblet or whatever, they were taking it up to the master of the banquet. I wonder as they're walking up and they're looking in it, so they're thinking it still looks like water to me. I'm just obeying what Jesus said, but it still looks like water to me. And as they extend their arms, I think Jesus transformed it into wine. And so I think of my own life, and I think of our lives and how we look at ourselves and we're thinking, I'm not that big, there's no big deal here. And yet the God of the universe, the God who is, says he's making a miracle out of our lives. And our job isn't to keep being so introspective and worrying, am I doing okay right now or not? Because half the time we look at ourselves and we say, I don't know, this doesn't feel like a miracle. I'm just kind of plodding along every day and saying, oh God, help me now. So anyway, I think that God does the miracle as we go. And he has said that he will present us before his throne with great joy and rejoicing, that he who began this good work in us will see it through to completion, and that we'll be holy and blameless in his sight. And so I trust in his word. If I was going by my own feelings about how well I'm performing day to day as a follower of Jesus, I would have thrown in the towel so many times, because I'm a screw up a lot of days. And so I'm just thankful that as those servants, I just follow what he says and I keep going. And I believe that the miracle is happening and will happen as I go. And I will arrive at the master's, throne, at the judgment seat of Christ. And I really hope him say, if you hear him say, this is good wine, well done, good and faithful servant, enter into the joy of the Lord. I hope the same for you. God bless.